All right, as today's lesson, part of it, we're adding, subtracting rational expressions. So just a quick review. Again, you went through the lesson, so it's not like this is new to you. But we need common denominators when we add fractions together, right? And so to help us do that, we'll find the least common multiple. Let me just do a quick review with pure numbers, maybe to help us see it, right? And because you can look at those and probably find the common denominator pretty easily. But let me illustrate what we're doing. And so 1/6, well, I could break that into 1 over 2 times 3, right? That's what 6 is. 3 over 4, well, 4 would be 2 times 2, and then 2 over 3, of course 3. Those are all just basically finding the factors. Well, what do these all have? So we've got a 2 here, a 2 there, no 2 there, a 3, no 3, and a 3 here. So we kind of need to just find what, if we combine all of those, what are we going to get? Now you look at this, you probably already know it's 12, right? Where's that 12 coming from? Well, 2 times 3, and there's an additional 2 here, times 2. So I'd look at the biggest one, that's going to help drive you, and then see if it's missing anything from the other ones. And so 2 times 3 times 12, hey, that, or 2 times 3 times 2, that's 12. That's our common denominator. And of course, if I wanted to then just simplify this, so let me come back where I was. So 1/6, of course we multiply that by 2 over 2. My 3/4, we're going to multiply by 3 over 3. 4 times 3 would give us our 12, right? Minus 2/3, we need to multiply that by 4 over 4. Again, this is really familiar, I hope. And so that would give us 2/12 plus 9/12 minus 8/12. 2 plus 9, 11, minus 8, so we get 3/12. And of course we can simplify that to 1/4 if we want. Well, let's relate that. Okay, you may say, gosh, that was really complicated, Mr. X. I know how to do that. I just do that to try to relate it to denominators that look a little more complicated, all right? So let's do one like this. Well, 7x squared. Now 7 and 2, right, don't have anything in common, so we'll just multiply those. 14 x squared, that's x times x, so this has 1x, and it's also got a y. So what's our overall common denominator? Well, it's going to be 14 x squared y, right? So you've got to take, you can't have less than what you saw somewhere, and anything that's missing we need to add it. So for the 5x over 7x squared, what are we missing here? So we need to multiply it by, well, we need the 2 and the y, right? So 2y over 2y. And for our 3, what are we missing? Well, 7x. So 7x over 7x, that gives me my 14. And so what do we got? 10xy plus 21x all over 14x squared y. And there's really nothing that's going to simplify out of that, and so I would just leave my answer like that. Okay? How about one like this, a little bigger, where we want to subtract them? Well, let's factor. I like to factor. Let's see what we've got in common first, if anything. So this is x plus 1 times x plus 4. Again, factors of 4, multiply to make 5. And this would just be 3 times x plus 1. So notice, oh, they have an x plus 1 in common. That's nice. So we need an x plus 4, and this one's got a 3 that this doesn't have. So our overall denominator is 3 times x plus 1 times x plus 4. All right? So for this one right here, all I have to do is multiply it by 3 over 3. And for this one, what's it missing? Well, it's missing the x plus 4. So I'm going to do x plus 4 over x plus 4 there. Okay. Let me come down below now. So this would give me 3 minus 5x times x plus 4 all over our denominator of 3 times x plus 1 x plus 4. And let's simplify this top a little bit. So I get 3 minus 5x squared minus 20x, right? All over 3 times x plus 1 times x plus 4. And again, it doesn't look like there's anything I could simplify. I could rearrange the top a little, I guess. But I would just go ahead and leave it like that at this point. Okay, one more of these let's look at. Adding, okay? This one's simple, x plus 7, so let's factor this. And it's going to be x plus 7, x minus 1. So x plus 7 they already have in common, so here's our overall denominator. So this one's already good. So this one I just need to multiply. Let me do it over here. So x times x minus 1 over x minus 1, right, to get that common denominator, plus 3 over x plus 7 times x minus 1. It already had everything we needed. And so x times x minus 1, that would be x squared minus x plus 3 all over x plus 7 and x minus 1. And again, nothing else I can do to it, so I just go ahead and leave it like that. So finding these common denominators sometimes can be a little tricky. Factor, see what they have in common. It just takes practice, okay?